You know, all them people telling you that their diet is king, but in this video we will discuss which diet really works best for weight loss: low fat, low carb or high protein, based on the freshest scientific data. So, welcome to the Show Me the Science show. Before we get into the diets, I want to give you realistic results you can expect from a normal, healthy, long-term diet. You can expect to lose body weight from 5 to 10% over a time period of 6 months. This means if you weigh 80 kilogram, you can expect to lose a maximum of 8 kilogram over a half a year. However, there are two diets today which have even greater effects, and you will be surprised about the conclusion at the end how easy it can be to lose weight. But hey, let's get into the video. Let's start with a low fat diet. The main 4 arguments you hear every Tom, Dick and Harry say against a higher fat diet are: fat is absorbed faster from the intestine, fat has double the amount of calories, fat is less satiable than carbs, and the energy expenditure in a high fat diet is higher than in a high carb diet. But as always, show me the science. What the science says is trials have failed to show that low fat diets aren't as effective as others. Or in other words, studies have shown that a low fat diet is as equally effective as other diets, even as a high fat diet. But how can this be? Here's the answer, and it is really important that you get this. It's not about the macronutrient composition. What is important is if your fat comes from high quality fat sources or low quality fat sources. Which fat sources are high quality and which are low quality? According to the Harvard Medical School, these fat sources are bad, these are okay, and these are the good ones. Before we continue with the video, let me tell you these 2 things. First, there is actually a video here in the playlist about side factors which can have a huge impact on weight loss as well, independent from the diet you actually follow. And second, it would be really appreciated if you like this video and you leave a comment telling me which diet you follow, or if you follow a diet, so we can get in touch. And if you would subscribe to the channel to get more of these science-based health, sport and nutrition videos. But let's get to one of the most popular diets ever, the low carb diet. Does it work or does it not work? If you're a strict low carber, this means only up to 30 grams of carbs a day, which is this or this or this. I'm a triathlete. If you're a sportsman too, you better go and get yourself a sandwich, man, because we need the energy. But if you want to lose weight, yes, low carb does work. And low carb even seems to work without energy restriction, which is actually tremendous. Is this also backed by science? Yes, 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 and another yes. If it comes to lose body weight in a short term. Because first, there is a lack of long-term studies. Long-term in this case means more than a year. Second, low-carb diets often increase the risk for cardiovascular diseases, kidney damage, and cancer if executed wrongly. And if you want a video about how to do low carb in the correct way so that you lose weight but still stay healthy, then please let me know in the comments and I'll do a video in the future for you. So yes, low carb can be really effective, especially over a short amount of time, up to 6 months, even without energy restriction. But you really have to make sure that you do it correctly to also promote your health at the same time. But before we come to the conclusion how easy actually weight loss diet can be, let's look at the last diet, high protein. High protein usually means 20 to 30% of your total dietary intake comes from protein. For example, if you're consuming 2000 calories daily, this means around 600 calories comes from protein. But the greatest effect on this diet is that it can prevent loss of lean muscle mass if you're not consuming less than a third of your usual calorie intake. Does this diet really work for weight loss? Studies say yes, but as you know, facts tell, stories sell. A friend of mine went on a high protein diet for 2 months and she lost 7 kilograms in 2 months. It wasn't healthy, but it was efficient, and it worked. So what I want to say is, yes, a high protein diet can work. It's quite similar to low carb. And if you, for instance, a bodybuilder, it can be very preventative in very good in preventing your muscle mass. But as promised, now let me tell you this. There is a diet which you can follow and which will lead to long-term weight loss success without counting a single calorie, and it will support muscle growth. And this is a diet which consists mainly out of fruits, veg, whole grains, legumes, and nuts, and if you wish, very small portions of fish, dairy products, and lean meat. Studies have shown that people who follow such a diet can stabilize their weight and usually can lose calories without counting them. It's a whole food, it's a plant-based diet consisting, let me say again, fruit, veg, whole grain, legumes, and nuts. And where do you find such meals? Right here.